Hello and welcome to session 2 of Iron Kingdoms, A Murder of Crows. When last we left, our mercenary company decided to rest up at a rather luxurious place, the home of Alexia Conwell and Father Dumas. The overall mood was somewhat suspicious at first, however, both of them uh, warmed up to the mercenary charter and some information was discovered. Apparently, a long time ago in Corvus, there was a famous witch trial, and it's left a lot of people, shall we say, somewhat salty. The morning arises with a bright and early sunrise, and the beautiful stream that lies next to the manor is just flowing gracefully. Birds are chirping. I will say that, Bardun, after you've finished up your final touches on your items, you woke up early to go arrive at the manor. For those of you who wake up and get your morning routines ready, you will find that the manor is actually quite quiet and very undisturbed, as Dumas often wakes up early and goes to the church to do his services. And for those of you wandering the manor, you will find Alexia sitting at one of the tables out on the back porch area, just sipping tea and eating what appears to be some small cookies or crackers. And you may all wake up.
Honestly, I would have been up before the sun rised, so
Whatever time you wish to get up is fine, but I'm just saying that the sun
yep,
is up. That's where we'll start the scene.
yep. Um, so the lads are all up.
Yeah,
Uh,
everyone appears to be up and going.
hmm. All right. After possibly we're not gonna roleplay this, but after enforcing the usual standard of morning calisthenics, because this ain't no field day.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I would probably say hi to what's her face.
Alexia.
Yes.
She's sitting at one of the tables in her typical dress, sipping some tea and eating what appears to be some small cookies. And she says, "Morning."
Morning. I look out into like the property and see a stream. Very exquisite property you have here.
Well, it was a bit of one of the old waterways that was originally constructed in Corvus, and it is part of the benefits of being somewhat outside the city,
Hmm.
although still in city limits, so to speak. On the map, if you direct yourself, I'll actually show you where you guys are located.
Here.
Yeah, you guys are like here.
Deduction level 100. Uh, hmm.
I take it you slept well.
Better than the horse carriages, yes.
Hmm, that was interesting. How long of a travel did you have before you came here?
Uh, okay, out of character, I'm gonna just throw out a number. Like
It was a
five,
week.
a week? Yeah. It was a week travel.
She nods. Well, I suppose it could be worse.
Hmm.
So what will you be doing on the first agenda? I assume immediately trying to get your sales and advertising out.
Yes, I've already procured a small lot near the merchant district. And we'll be
You want
selling.
my advice? You want my advice?
Raises an eyebrow. Pray tell.
You will need luck. There is a lot of business competition here, and there are many who would pay to see your business destroyed. Watch your things, make sure you have security, and if anything, make sure that everyone else knows that you're not to be trifled with if someone decides to try and step on you. This is a dog eat dog city, and it is not the nicest to those who are kind and gentle hearted.
Hmm. Excellent. It's the way I like it.
Tea?
Wouldn't mind if I do.
All right. You sit down and you enjoy your little morning here with Alexia until eventually your resident engineer comes in and it looks like he's got something for you.
Morning,
Morning, we lassie.
morning, pardon.
So he sits down and goes, "Oh, I went over to the place you got us. It's a piece of crap. No supplies or nothing. We'll need to furnish it."
I trust you already have an idea on how to do that.
Yeah, it's called "Get Me Some Crowns." And that pretty voice of yours, so I can get the discount I need.
Do you have a particular buyer or seller you have in mind?
Looks at you as uh, looks at you and goes, "What are you, Duff? I've only been here a couple less than 24 hours. How would I know that?"
You're losing your edge. You used to be able to do it in 5.
Groans and goes, "Well, there's a couple clans I could go for in this local area, but I'm not quite sure. This place is a very doggy world, you know what I mean?"
So I've heard.
Hey, well, the clans will sell to us. Um, there's no actual station for Silverfall here.
Hmm.
Besides, even if there was, it's always good to shop around. You might find a cheaper price.
Very true.
And
Al's
Sarge,
character,
go ahead.
what did I have for her again?
All your stuff to sell. Because
Ah,
remember, you were going to build it
yeah,
all and then she was going to negotiate
yeah.
sale.
Anyways, I made a couple of stuff, um, weapons on a trip here. I put on the finishing touches last night. If you'd be looking to open that, um, open the shop early, might get some enough coin to furnish this place.
Hmm. Do you have the stuff on you out of character?
I have one or two of the weapons on.
Like a.
Yeah, he shows it to you, and holy shit, is this? I'm gonna say that the two highest rolls you got are dedicated to the pistols, so a pair,
Yeah.
and the pistols that he shows you are just like holy shit, they look nice.
Hmm. I like the silver etching you did into them.
Thank you, Les. I thought you would like the embezzlement.
You never fail, do you? To impress, at least.
Look at you askance and goes, "A Silverfall fail at something so simple as this? I'd never live it down at the clan reunions."
Hmm. No, we still have that ongoing deal that if you ever did, I'd put you out of your misery. She kind of does a
Gives
very
a laugh
slight
at
grin.
that. Now, if we were talking about your sister, I'd be worried. But yeah, lass, yeah, talking not a fighter.
You've seen me.
I've seen you
Alexia
command.
Alexia kind of pipes up and she says, "You know, things do kind of get a little bit boring around here. If you ever need me to aid you in a bit of a shall we say, hired help, I'd be more than happy to oblige."
Hmm.
I know I don't look it, but I know how to handle myself.
Hmm. Would you like to accompany us tonight?
Oh, the Mookie Blues.
And what is happening for you tonight?
Mostly just selling our odds and ends and negotiating with cutthroats.
I see. Well, I suppose I could join you tonight. Just come back when you're ready and I'll suit up.
All right. We'll leave in about an hour and a half.
She stands up, finishes her tea, and starts cleaning up some of the dishes and whatnot. And that's when Roy and a few of the others eventually come down. I'm going to say that you can just assign them to whatever you want them to do, and I'll do roles for them off screen. So they're going to go just gather some information around the town.
Yep, and I'm boosting that.
Okay. Not to mention, but what are you going to do with the letter? Because it said to burn it that you got for the charter.
Literally,
It
after I
also,
read it, because I'm gonna have a cigar in my mouth. After I read it, just gonna just hold it up and woof.
yep, it gave you the names and descriptions of a couple, of about maybe a good 5 or 6 individuals that would
Mm.
be interesting to check out, and it gave you the name of a local tavern they like to all hang out at, and it said that they are in fact like basically it says that they're on the level. They just need to be, given an interview and whatnot, and they all have different skills, and they've all been assigned to you already. You just need to sort them out and decide what you're going to do with them, and eventually, obviously get to know them because
Yep.
teammates.
Um, T, what do you want to do?
Well, to be honest, I think we should check out the taverns and seek for more information. But since we're already doing that, I guess I'll follow.
All right. Um, your job. I need like something to write your plan into so I can boost you, since I'm already spending the points. So I'm guessing your job is um. You want to intimidate the locals?
Hmm.
You know your job, your plan is just you follow and support.
Why not? And he whispers to you, "Fool, I'm regretting going with this accent. I just realized we're gonna stay in this damn city for a while."
Well, it's not my fault you went with Southern Signarin.
Oh well, fool. Let's do this shit.
Alexia eventually comes out with some. The best thing for it to be described is it's not actual plate armor. It's leather with metal shoulder pad, like the metal plates here, but it does have a breastplate that's under the leather, so it actually looks like a decent set of medium slash low heavy armor. And it has the black crosses of the symbol of Morrow and Menoth on it, which is just a standard church
Hmm.
bearing. She also comes out with a sword at her hip, a rather decent looking sword. Looks like it would be held two-handed, almost like a great sword. And she also has a extremely large hand cannon that she puts in a back holster. You know them to be single shot pistols. They are power 12. They're
Hmm.
really nasty.
I'm gonna kind of step forward, kind of look her up and down, and I'm going to flirt. So let me get my
You're
words
gonna do
out first.
seduction.
Yep.
You're gonna do seduction.
Oh yes, of course. I'm not giving up on
Okay,
this.
show. Okay, show her her seduction.
Is that a pistol, or are you just happy in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me?
Let me roll mine. 14. Oh yeah, because I rolled 2 1s.
Alright, let's see what she gets. Skills. That up. Yep. Oh. Will it be on? Because it kind of depends on how you flirt too.
She's gonna walk up, look at her. Ah, I see you wore your loveliest dress. Looks quite dashing on you.
Okay. She kind of looks you up and down, and she gives just a little bit of a nod, and she says, "Why, thank you."
Fuck, love is war. I can feel the tension, the clash. Jeez.
If you look closely at her, like it looks like like she wasn't expecting that kind of compliment, and it seems that she kind of knows that you're, you know, coming
Mm,
onto her, so to speak. She is being restrained about it, so she's not. She seems to be kind of holding back a bit.
okay. So it's not a negative response.
No, not in any way. No, it wasn't
Perfect.
negative. It was just surprising.
Ha! The game is on. All right. So, and I guess we take our leave into the town.
All right. I assume the first thing you want to do is to try and sell the weapons.
Oh, yes.
As you're walking through, Alexia's kind of looking and she says, "Well, if you want to sell the weapons, I recommend Max's firearms. He's over on level 2, I think corridor B. He will probably give you the best deal, although you might need to go negotiate with him a little bit. Max is a gobber of." She pauses for a moment and looks up to the sky and the nice morning sun, and she says, "A gobber of interesting character."
Hmm.
And of course, you're walking past waterways and everything.
Brandon, Arjun kind of grunts at that and goes, "That's why would we be selling to our own competition?"
Well, the thing about Max is that not only will he give you a deal and to continue to work with you in the future, but the thing about Max is that he has a bit of a code. He has the code plastered up on his wall next to the main entryway. And part of his code, I don't remember all of the steps of it, or all of the acquisitions, so to speak, is that anyone who sells to him and gets him good product, he will never, ever, ever cause trouble for.
Sound business model.
That's why I suggested him. And he often tends to deal with firearms and gunpowder, and sometimes occasionally small mechanical parts.
And we shall grace him with our presence.
Very well. So you head on down to the normal waterway, walking past the streams, and it's a very nice, bright, sunny day. Birds are chirping. There's not even that many people in the marketplace, just people walking around occasionally, but it seems that everyone has either gone out to enjoy themselves elsewhere at the square or whatnot, but a lot of these back alleyways that you go to are pretty much abandoned. And you eventually get to a very large shop, and it's got this kind of cogwheel on the front. It says, and it's got two pistols pointing on either side, cross, and it says Max's Firearms.
I step on in.
You step on into a kind of musty and gunpowder smelling shop with firearms of all various different sizes and compatibilities on the wall, ammunition boxes and belts, gunpowder, etc. Small little mechanical devices here or there. and over to your left, a large gold placard which has three, no, it has 5 major codes on it. The codes read as follows: once you have their money, never give it back. 2, never ever ever shade off on good business partners. Number 3, if anyone tries to steal your product, kill them, and then kill them again for good measure. Code 4, war is profitable. Motto 5, peace is profitable. And you see a gobber, a small green gobber with long pointy ears, big nose, very typical looking, kind of bald head with a little tiny, like like just a little bit of hair kind of behind his ears, almost like that mad scientist kind of look, but the rest of his head is bald.
Hmm.
And he's got these big goofy like goggles on that are kind of like magnified, and he seems to be like crafting something up on front of one of his desks, and he's standing up on the board, and then he kind of looks up and he says, "Oh, welcome to Max's Firearms. How may I help you? Always love seeing customers at this time of day. Oh, excuse me just a sec." He jumps off and he waddles to the back door, and he comes back out, pulls up a stool, sets it up. He stands up on the stool so now he can see over the countertop, and he's like, welcome.
I am going to snuff my cigar on the wall outside and.
Oh yeah, I
enter.
did too.
Indeed.
You'll want to put those out before you come in.
Yeah, we all learned that lesson once. I heard you take good product.
Yes, I take very good product. Good product. You have good product?
I kind of wave over Barden to like lay it on the table. I don't even break eye contact. I just kind of snap my finger.
Barton will roll his eyes at this as he strolls in. He probably would have swung by the shop for the rest of the product.
Oh,
He
yes,
comes
definitely.
in. Unlike the others, he does have a cigar, but it's an electric cigar because it's Barton.
Fucking vape.
Something like that.
Yeah. Steampunk version of
And-
vape, yeah.
And he'll draw set down both pistols first and then go set out the rest of the stuff in decreasing order of value.
Okay.
Actually, he'll go with the least valuable and then go increasing up for the pistols to be last.
Okay, besides the pistols, tell us about some items you made. Just give us a
Alright.
couple examples.
So the 2 pistols. Next he's laying out what looks like a customized version of a Scenari rifle.
Mhm.
That is finely in with gold-plated script along the barrel, and then it seems to furl wings in the back where the hammer is.
Mhm.
He's sitting at 2 other a pair of pistols. They're not as fine made as the first pair. However, this pair seems to be very well bound with oaken handles and cedar wood.
Mhm.
Base. The final thing he lays out is a simple but well made sword.
All right. Max immediately jumps up and starts looking at them. He says, "Oh, interesting." Pulls up one of the guns, and he does something that makes no sense. He puts on gloves before he touches them so as to not stain them. And then he picks up one of the pistols and he just starts shaking it. Yes. No rattles. No rattles is good. No rattles is good. No rattles on this one either. Excellent. Yes. Yes.
I just imagine Barton just sitting there, just jaw agape, like, the fuck are you doing?
He starts looking at the rifle. He's like, yes. Ooh, very good design. Yes. No rattles on this either.
Barn will instead go, "Hey, watch it! Don't break the merchandise."
Crouch
Oh.
behind Sarge and I whisper, is this shit normal?
No, it's she leans back to you, T, and she's like, this is typical of him every day. He
You
starts-
can either see
Go ahead.
You, from, or if this was a cartoon, there'd be
He starts like looking at him and he's like, yes,
fewer.
yes, these are excellent. And he starts kind of waving it around, like he doesn't hit anything with it, but he starts like waving around like, yes, this would be very good. And how much did you say the whole thing was?
200 gold crowns.
He says, oh, I give you 200 gold for all this.
I look him dead in his little gobber eyes and say, 3.
Roll me negotiation.
And I have, because I spent that point, and this is a part of the plan, I get an extra dice on this too.
So you get boosted or full?
No, it's literally just another dice, so I'm already boosted. I get 4 dice.
I thought you
Yeah.
can be part of your.
No, that's not a roll.
Okay.
So
it's the
you're
other
getting
thing.
right.
It's
So
a
you're
plus.
getting another. Yeah, you're getting another dice, and you're getting a boosted.
Yep.
Well, okay.
15 plus 15, 19.
So 19.
19.
Okay, that's actually a pretty good one, if I remember on the table correctly.
It's pretty it's pretty damn good.
Oh yeah.
But
He looks at
would this be a contested roll?
It would be.
I'm assuming this gobber's trained in negotiation.
Let's see what he does. So it's a 13 versus a 19.
Yep. So you win by 6, I believe.
Yep.
So that means we're getting, I believe, 115.
So okay, so yeah, you beat his negotiation. He looks at you. He looks at all the items, and he says, "This is very good product, all of it. I'll tell you what, I give you 315 for a whole lot. If you come back and do business with me more."
A very, very slight smirk comes on her face. Then we have ourselves a deal.
Oh, a deal,
She shakes.
Horace. He shakes your hand, and immediately when he slaps your hand, soot and gunpowder just poof out of the gloves, and it's just like in a cartoon, it just like hits you in the face, and your face is just black with soot now. And he's like, "Oh, Horace, come on!" And you see another gobber. "Yes, boss. Add these to a collection. Good sales. We charge 2% increase." And the two gobbers immediately start collecting the weapons. And he's like, "Thank you for selling business. Is there anything here you would like to purchase?"
I'm gonna look around. I'm gonna kind of just appraise the room.
Go ahead and roll praise. Or do you not roll it? You just click it.
Let me see. It's a
Just for future reference, it was a 115%, so it would have been actually 230 gold crowns. I'm good with a 315.
let's just I think that'll send the whole. Okay. It copied weird.
Yeah, so go ahead and roll inspection.
Okay. Uh, inspection?
Mm-hmm.
Your detection plus it.
Oh, detection. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't have a detection. Or wait, what is?
So, just your hint.
So just roll a.
It's still boosted.
Yep. So it's just 3d6.
Si, senor.
Okay. Right, yeah.
Just a moment.
Plus 7, I think. No, wait, it's plus.
21.
Yeah, 21. Yeah, because my int is 5 for 14 plus, so it's 19.
Okay. So, ooh, nice. You look around and although his shop is somewhat dirty and there's a lot of soot and everything's like not really organized, like there's like guns over here, there's guns over here, there's parts here, and then there's just like a random axe with a gun in it, like because it's a cannon axe.
The axe
And
isn't even like put on a shelf. He just swung it into the He stuck it into the
it's
wood, and that's what's holding
no,
it up.
it's literally just stuck in the wall. Like there's a suit of armor, like there's a helmet for armor, but it's upside down on the wall. So
There's another suit in the corner. It's like the helmet is just upside down, sitting in the neck hole.
oh yeah, like literally it is like it is just like what is going on? But every item you see is done with very high quality. Like every gun, every sword, every weapon, every piece of armor you see is really high quality. It's not fancy. He doesn't do a lot of ornate things to his stuff, but it looks like it's in terms of functionality and craft, it's very good.
All right. Does any of us have any like a specific thing they'd want? Because
I already
By
got
the, yeah, by the way, add 315 gold to your pool.
I already got everything that I need. Well, I guess except for amount, but eh.
I'm eventually out of character going to need a light artillery weapon, but I'm waiting to get my mount so I can use a steam jack weapon for that. Because those are more devastating.
So you two are squared away. Okay. Is there any particularly good like sabers or like?
Actually, yeah. Like there's the trench sword you have, but then there's a couple sabers. There's some nice ornate weapons that are done, and he's got some mostly it's just like in terms of stats, it's just standard weapons. But he does have it's a sword, but he's attached basically a pistol to the front of it. So it's got like it's got a low holdout pistol on the front. So it's a saber, but it's also got a pistol that you can shoot.
So it's a sword gun, with like
Yeah.
where the basically like a little pistol, but it's got like a weird bayonet that is the saber.
Well, yeah, like you've seen Man with Iron Fists. I think you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
He's got a couple of those, but then he's also got a sword version of that.
Okay, I praise that specifically. How much would that be worth?
Let me check here for you really quick.
Out of character, I'm just going to point out that I can build most of this stuff.
Indeed. But I'll go ahead and tell you how much it's worth.
That's right, you could.
Yes.
But you're not
Alright.
doing it for free, are you?
But it would still be cheaper.
Well, I'm just gonna get a price.
Alright, so we're looking at a cutlass. Cutlass is typically 15 gold. So a cutlass with the pistol on it would be 25 gold.
Hey, Barden.
Aye.
You see that pistol cutlass over there?
I Captain. The mighty fine pistol cutlass. Bit shoddy of work, though.
Indeed. Were you willing? Would you do a commission for 15 for one of those?
Seems to think about it in his head and goes, yeah, I can work that.
Maybe actually make it look nice.
How do you mean nice?
Proper Sigmar colors, and, well, that one's pretty bare bones. Add your usual flair.
Now, if you want to have housing, that's going to cost you a little bit more.
So, out of character, are you saying you can build a better statted version of this?
No, I'm saying what my guy is assuming you want is a housing, so you want with housing, so you can lay or stick arcane. You can stick a capacitor in it and then stick runes on it to make it a magic weapon.
Oh, that'd be... Okay, that does increase the price a bit.
Yeah. That would increase the
Normally-
price, but what he's offering to build you is freaking insane, because
It-
magic weapons are awesome.
Out of character, let me put it this way. Normally, if that's 25 gold coins, a normal one is going to be 250 gold coins. What Barden's offering is he's saying, hey, I can build that for 150 gold coins. It'll take a week's worth of work, and I need my shop for up and running first.
Now, granted, you got your, it's technically the next month, it's July, so you got your 100, I think, what, you get 100 each month?
I only get 50, so I'm gonna add 50 to this now.
Okay, yeah, you got 50. So from just that alone, you guys got about 365 gold, plus anything you've been paid earlier.
And what Barden's not going to ask for the money until he finishes the product.
Of course, of course. But we still have to negotiate here, so I'm gonna say... You said, what was the price you said?
You offered me 15 gold, so I'm saying 150 gold.
Yeah, because then that was just for the basic pistol, and that, but when it came to that, 150?
Yeah, 15 gold is for the basic, right?
Yes.
He's saying if you pay him 150 gold, he'll make it with housing, so you can make it a magic weapon.
All right. I'm gonna negotiate with you because I have to. Because
Yeah, not only that, you can actually upgrade her trench sword as is with that as well. So
No, the problem with upgrading a pre-existing weapon is you're retrofitting it. And
Right,
the
okay,
weapon takes
never
a
mind.
-2 too, because it's unwieldy.
yeah, so
right, so,
let's
so you
say-
have to build it. You have to build it from scratch.
I'm gonna throw the number 95 at you. And I guess at this point we roll negotiations, and I guess it's a negotiation off.
So, I see why you told me to get rid of my negotiation skill.
I didn't even think about that.
All right. Well, for one, you guys are teammates, so I mean,
I'm still
I
paying
assume-
95 gold.
Mhm.
I'm going to be arguing that it's a week worth of work.
Yeah, it's pretty
It's
intense.
the material is going to be already going to be costing me se- 75 gold. I'll be barely making any profit on this.
Fine, 110.
120.
Roll that negotiation then, bitch. How'd you get boosted?
Plus 5. 15.
24.
Alright, fine, 110.
110. So the next earnings that you get, since you're all in the group and you're already sharing gold anyway, I assume that you're just going to give him 110, either now or of your
Yep.
next sharing.
Oh, and according to what I understand of our group gold, which we should probably have a different chat just specifically for that, since it probably shouldn't keep
Yeah.
it in my own thing. I had 465.
That being said, I can't build it until you buy me a canna shop.
Oh yeah, of course. That's
Right.
Yeah, no, we're doing
And
that.
so you guys in total currently have 465.
Yes. Wait, that was just counting what
Okay.
I had on my own personal account. I'm assuming collectively we have more, because we each have like.
I still have 105 crowns.
105. So 105, 105. Okay, I'm adding everything up here. Hold on. You guys actually have a lot more gold than you might think from the looks of it, because each player is getting paid. 1, 2, 3.
I only have 75 gold coins right now.
So you have 75, 105, 460. Here, I'll just pull out my calculator here. Let's go ahead and add this up. 465, you said?
Yep.
Okay, so 465 plus 105 plus 75 plus 105 plus 105, and then Roy had 100. I'm gonna go ahead and round that off.
I'm gonna make a Discord chat just for this.
Yes. By the way, so as an entire party right now, all of your guys' gold added up, you have 1,000 gold.
Nice.
Still not enough for a Steam Jack, unless we buy a retired one or scrapped one, or we steal one. I do not advise stealing one, but willing to do
I'll,
so. If it
In terms of that, don't worry too much about the purchasing of one right now with something that I've done here, at least in terms of one of the characters we discussed. But do you have enough to buy the shop stuff?
Oh, the shop stuff. Yeah, no, it's only 5. Normally, it is 500 gold, but it has this weird little plus sign next to it. So
I'm just gonna say 500. In all honesty.
I'm more looking at the weird little plus sign and wondering if that gives me a bonus of some sort if I buy it at a higher price.
Hell,
I'm gonna say don't worry about it. Just pay 500, and since you're skilled enough to make things, you should be able to have it upgraded to a decent amount. So you have a channel for the gold. What did you do?
I don't know. Help!
What do you stop?
Ah! It's expanding. It's like. I'm trying to
Oh,
delete
shit.
them. I'm trying to delete them.
Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ, man.
They multiply
He-
faster than Bullet does.
He really wants gold. This is him expressing how
Fucking
much gold.
A.
Ah!
Calm down.
Okay, I think I killed them.
All right.
So 1,000 gold.
1,000 gold.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so a mechanical
Okay.
workshop, 500 gold. However, this can be negotiated.
Easily.
I assume,
Right.
but if it's we could do it as a non-negotiate off and just have her roll it to make it simple. So, or we could role play this out.
I'm gonna go ahead and let's make it a little bit simple. Um, I'll say it's just 500 flat, and you guys will get, and it will count as a fully upgraded one, since you're a skilled engineer. I won't have you buy any add-ons.
I mean, that's not even what I was saying. It says it's 500 gold, but then it has a weird little plus sign next to it that I don't actually know what that.
Well, yeah,
sign means.
you can buy add-ons to it and actually give more bonuses to it. I don't know what book it's in right now. I'll have to find it. But for right now, I'll just say it's 500 and you won't have to buy the other upgrade.
Oh, we're totally
Okay,
gonna be
cool.
able to flip this property for like a lot.
So, in total, you guys have 1,000 gold, okay?
Okay.
So, in the guild bank, it's currently marked at 1,000. However, you're going to pay 500 for the shop because this not only gives him the ability to make stuff, but it gives you guys the ability to all get cool items. So, I assume that everyone agrees to pay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Go ahead and subtract 500 from that. You guys now have 500 gold amongst everyone. Like just as a pool, shall we say.
Yep. I'm also making sure that any purchases we do in this way, we're marking for what we're spending it on.
Yep.
Ooh, this is a very organized. This is probably the most organized server we've ever had.
Yep. So you guys all go to the shop and you get things ready and start setting up, and you guys officially have a Mechanica shop.
Woo!
Alexia kind of wipes a little bit of sweat off her brow as she was helping you guys set up. And she says, I have to admit, this is certainly a lot better than just sitting around listening to Father Drabble all day, but I have to admit, your negotiation skills are quite well.
It's all about how you phrase things and mostly tone.
Nonetheless, what's on the agenda now that you've got shop set up and you've actually made some sales?
Out of character, what do we have to do next?
There was the thing at night where they wanted you to guard the docks at night. And then, of course, there was the investigation leads on the bodies being stolen. And then, of course, there was going to the tavern to talk to
Yeah.
your secret contacts.
I'd leave her out of the secret contacts thing for very obvious reasons, but we could begin our investigation on the because we get paid for that, so we're probably gonna wanna 30 each. Yeah. So we're gonna wanna go and start investigating the sites.
She nods. She's like, all right. I can show you the site for one site was in particular that was disturbed.
Just lead the way.
I don't have too much time. In a couple hours' time, I'll have business to do, but I can at least show you where it is.
So I guess we gotta lead the way then.
Yep, let me go ahead and check this ambience here. Alrighty, let me go ahead and turn off this ambience.
While he's doing that, I'll be right back. But not so. Can you make a what? Bot or sorry, Dwarf Workshop channel to say what I'm working on each week. Upboard. Barden's Workshop. Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Alright. Like I said, I never know when this is. But yeah, it's a chance. Angry Dwarf hammers in.
It's hammer time. No.
Be right back.
So Alexia will actually show you the area, and then as you guys investigate, she kind of wanders back, bids you good day, and wanders back to town. But you go out to one of the particular plots, as they're called. Basically, little burial sites where people are either buried or have ashes or whatever. And it's been a while, but this was one of the first areas where things were disturbed. You're out in the middle of kind of like this jungle, marshland kind of area. A nice black gated spiked fence kind of goes around it's just a typical graveyard. And you do see that there are two graves kind of off to the middle that are indeed disturbed and look like they've been unturned. I can go ahead and have everyone in the party roll me investigations or their perception rolls.
Remember, add that D6, boys.
Yes. Add a d6 because this is indeed part of the plot.
I accidentally DM rolled that. Sorry.
No, that was exactly what you needed to roll.
Oh, fuck, I don't have an investigation.
Well, detection is another thing.
I don't have a detection.
Then it's just 2d6.
Plus intelligence.
Perception.
Actually, you're untrained in it, so no, it's just 2d6 flat.
Ah. Well, I get 3d6 because of the plot, so. Right? Unless it
Yeah,
has to
go
be a
ahead.
trained. Okay.
No, go ahead. Let me go ahead and roll for. I'll say that if you bring Mustang along, he'll help out.
Well, now I'm gonna need to get detection because this is getting annoying.
Okay, so you're all looking around, and Tasser,
Yes.
judging by the looks on the sites where the graves have been disturbed, it does indeed look like the graves were opened from the inside.
Surge.
This
looks very disturbing. It looks like them corpses crawled right out.
I'm back.
Yep. All right. And without proper company around us, Sarge can be yourself again. It's like, yep. We're looking at necrophiles.
You also notice, Tasser, that a lot of the other graves have been almost completely undisturbed. There are no footprints, no tracks leading from the graves, although this could have been due to obvious wear and tear because it's been a while since this particular site was disturbed. However, you notice that the two gravestones both also share the same name, same last name. And you do notice a very small scuff on one of the stones. Almost like maybe claw marks or little tiny like scratches.
Surge. Look. On the gravestones. Some fool has been scratching it.
Can I roll
Ooh.
lore to see what would have made this scratch?
No, but you can roll lore about the family names because you've been studying history about Corvus.
Yes.
Very good.
Plus, wait.
Father,
Yeah.
Father Broderick Taryn and Mother Mary Taryn. They were a happy couple. Um, they were fairly wealthy nobles a long time ago. They were just getting very old. And then when they died, they wanted to be buried out here with some of their other old family members. Um, you notice that after reading some of the stuff about what happened in Corvus and from what you've heard, these two were on the jury for the judgment of the Corvus witch trial those years ago.
Hmm.
Other than
Interesting.
that, other than that, nothing really fascinating about them.
And these are the
Just
only two
no,
graves bothered.
in this plot, there are a lot of other graves. There, like I said, there are at least 7 bodies that have been taken. These are the 2 oldest ones you're looking at right now. You're looking at them from oldest to most recent.
Hmm.
This
Now, I'm
particular
going to
plot,
speak on bullshit if it's all people sitting on that were sitting on the jury, because that would have been noticed.
Maybe, but we have to check.
so you check the other plots, and I'll go ahead and have that lore roll go as you guys are searching around the different plots.
Would this be
Interestingly,
a
in
research roll?
researcher lore,
Okay, continue, bot.
5 out of the 6, 5 out of the 7 bodies were all people on the jury. The most recent 2, however, were not. However, something's a bit off about one of them. Body number 6. It doesn't say that he was on the jury, at least from what you can find and research and look around. You can't seem to find any information on man 6. Actually, ironically, the body from grave 6 is an unmarked grave.
Hmm. Well, that's interesting. I'll mark this one down as John Doe.
Does this graveyard have a gravekeeper?
I was
Like a
thinking that.
person in the grave?
Yeah. One of them does, anyway. The wealthy one does. You
One
see,
that's
you go talk to him. There's this very old, disheveled kind of guy. Red nose from drinking too much. He's even sitting drinking right now, a little pile of booze. Sitting, resting next to one of the gates. He's on the. If you go to the plot where a lot of the wealthy are buried, he's kind of the one who deals it. Kind of leaning against a shovel, and you see him literally sleeping as he's standing, as leaning on the shovel.
Ahem.
Oh! He falls over. Huh? What? What?
Stand up straight. You're talking to a person of importance.
Thank you, T. You're the groundskeeper around
right.
here.
Hi, yes.
Would you happen to keep records of who was actually buried here?
Oh, well, yeah, we know most who's buried here.
Hmm. Would you, and she's gonna hold up like a quickly sketched out map. It's like, would you know the name of this individual's grave? It was unmarked.
Roll me negotiation.
Actually, that'd be an interrogation.
Interrogation, yeah.
and d6.
Very nice. Kind of hesitates for a moment, and you can see his hesitation. But he looks at that and he's like, well, that one was kind of a funny one.
I'm assuming not the laugh out loud kind of funny.
Oh yeah, I was a little bit off. Trying to remember that night. Right, right. That was the one brought in by the magistrate.
The magistrate.
Yeah, one of the magistrates. He says the name of the guy who you were told to watch out for.
Hmm. Interesting.
Yeah, he came here with a bunch of guards and he said this guy was executed recently and that he needs to be disposed of. And when I asked him, the name and anything to put on the grave, he said leave it unmarked. And that's kind of not okay, but can't argue with one of the magistrates. I'm just a gravekeeper.
Of course, you did the right thing. But it does raise questions. Thank you. And she's gonna toss him she's gonna toss him not a gold. She's gonna toss him. What's the currency below gold?
Well, the thing is that everything's in crowns.
Oh,
So
she's gonna toss him a half crown.
So real quick, just for your guys' information, if you go to where it's, I believe, 5 seconds.
What?
Your inventory. If you go to your inventory, they have under the wealth channel.
Yeah, I looked that up.
So it would be half crowns or shields.
Yeah. Actually, you know what?
So you
Because I don't want to insult the man, I will just toss him 1 crown.
Toss him a crown. He catches it. He says, "Oh, thank you. Hey, I'll let you know if anything else comes up, okay?"
Thank you.
I mean, this is kind of creepy stuff. I mean, like I said, I wish they'd give me more security out here. I don't want to be around here when someone just barges in, but it seems like they're being very clever about it.
Have you seen anything at all?
Well, there was one night one of the bodies was taken. I could have swore I saw something. I saw a figure leaving before the supposed body was taken. They went down that way toward the swamp. Maybe you'll find some cloth or something. I don't know.
Thank you.
The last body, from what we know, body 7, was down in the catacombs, and not many people go down there anymore. So, can't help you there.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Of course. Good luck to you.
So when we get out of earshot, it's like, all right, boys, we're gonna have to go into the swamp. Hope you got your.
Character, let people know that we're here to investigate the necromancy shit.
Yes. Most of the City Watch has been told that you guys are investigating, and I say in quotes, what's going on. So they're not going to be like. Not only that, you guys are going out into the swamp, so it's kind of like, oh, they're going out into the swamp. Who gives a shit? It's swamp.
Yeah. Hope you lads wiped your asses probably, because we're gonna be in the thick of it now.
Still very much groans at the idea of going into this.
I am more worried for the dwarf. He will be as deep in swamp shit.
Not really. With my Alf character, not really. Don't forget my character when he's in his suit is as big.
Do you have your suit with you?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, but
So you guys, the 3 of you, continue to stroll through most of the swamp area, and would everyone roll me a detection roll again?
does this still have the
Plot?
ability
Yes, it lasts all day.
Yes.
It's a really great fucking power.
Oh, the plot.
Perfect
Boost
plot's
some
really
plot.
good. As long as it's not combat.
You guys looked high and low for anything you can find, but it's been weeks, so you'll be lucky to find anything. You do find a little piece of cloth that looks out of place on one of the branches, but it's been so discolored and worn by the weather and whatnot, you can't even tell what the original color was.
Can I try to roll a praise?
I won't even have you roll for that. It. You can guess that before the weathering and all the tearing and whatever ripped it or whatever, it was high quality.
Okay. And I'm assuming it was high up enough where it wasn't probably a gobber.
It appears to be at waist level, so you're not sure. If it was on a gobber, it would have been like a hat.
But it is high quality, so I don't think it's one of those swamp gobbers.
Probably assume so.
Well,
I just realized something. We forgot to ask what the race of the John Doe was.
Oh, yeah. According to the Gravekeeper, most of the bodies that have been taken have been human. Vast majority. Body 6 was buried as a human.
Okay.
So that means they're not all human, just a vast majority.
Yeah, the body down in the catacombs. They don't know because no one goes down there because spooky ghost evil. And the very very first body that was taken was a Eosin, an elf.
That's something to note.
Yep, and note also that 5 of the bodies were on the jury, and most of them were fairly wealthy. But something strikes you as odd, Sarge, and it's something that your dwarf companion said earlier.
Which was?
The fact that pretty much all the bodies were people on the jury.
Yes.
You think someone would have noticed that, but everyone you've talked to, from City Watch to even Father, they didn't seem to notice that. If you go back and talk to Father Dumas about it or accuse him about it, he'll legit not know. Like, he legit did not know that was like if you tell him that, he's like, what?
Huh.
How can you blame not knowing the bodies?
It's a very easy trail. We've got to watch ourselves, because we do have to remember they lost several other contacts on this case. Which...
So you
No
Yep,
magic afoot.
you scour the rest of the swamp. There's nothing, at least in this particular area, of interest.
I'm assuming at some point, one of the highlight reels is Barden. He trips on a log and just... Sarge gets...
Nonsense. That sounds like.
T is totally fine. Fucking Sarge just eat up my mosquitoes, and you you sink into the mud because you're heavy.
I think. Yes.
So
Would have to
after
be clearing
pulling,
out my gears.
yep. So after heading back to the swamp, after taking branches to the face and sinking into the swamp and having other things happen to you and your party, you eventually come out of the swamp a bit dirty, and you go to clean up. And it is about 4 o'clock in the evening.
Well, Well, that fucking sucked.
Shall we check the tomb?
Let's shower off first, because that was particularly bad. God, it was it was that. Remember that trench where all the dead bodies were? There's the blood every. Yeah, it was basically worse than that. At least there wasn't goddamn mosquitoes.
It's fine. You're just exaggerating.
Ugh. You finished digging the twigs out of your gears, Barton?
Barton's just grumbles back at you as like working.
Yeah, no, fuck.
Still working on his... It's going quicker now that he has, as his place has been set up for actual work.
And I don't know how Roy didn't even get like a single scratch or get a bit of dirt on him. Like, Roy, how?
Roy just looks over and shrugs, and he's like, "I'm used to it."
Clean son of a bitch.
Fool, I swear to you, it's magic. I swear.
Frickin' witchcraft is what it is. Anyways, so I guess we all shower off and then we, unless anyone else has a joke, I guess we go.
All right. So you go, you shower off and clean up, and by the time you guys start getting ready, you notice it's getting close to the time that you were gonna meet down at the docks for your first assignment from the Goblin Guild or Banker Guild.
How about
Now you guys do have time to go down to the tavern and talk to contacts though. So
I
You
might.
want to go talk to the contacts first?
That would be smart. Now, you guys want to go by yourselves and talk to the contacts, and I just go take the mission, or?
I think you should talk to the contacts.
Okay, I wanted to give you the opportunity.
and have the muscle show up first, and then have the leader show up. That's actually kind of cool.
Oh yeah, so you guys, I send you guys in ahead just to make sure the place is like.
I'll go ahead and do the little scene with T and Barden first then. You guys get down to the docks and you see the familiar face of the Gobber who was in charge of the Bank Guild. Or, sorry, the dwarf who was in charge of the Bank Guild. He looks up, sitting on one of the things, and you see him dressed in his banker's kind of uniform. And then he's got two very large trollkin, almost as tall as you, T, standing by him with their arms crossed, obviously his bodyguards. And Osiris kind of looks up. And he's like, "Oh, hello, I remember you two. I take it you are the muscle for tonight? Helping watch the shipment come in?"
I drop my hammer to the ground and I just nod.
That will be.
Aye, well, excellent. Very good. Well, the first shipment is coming in now, but the real trouble is going to be when they start coming in when the sun goes down. And you see a big steamship, steam-powered ship starting to come in from one of the Dark Harbor bays. And let me go ahead and change ambience here.
What kind of problem do you expect?
You want my honest opinion?
Yes.
I think it's going to be the damn Gobbers again.
Gobber Smasher, eh? I can get behind that.
I am getting sick of gobber meat.
I imagine when
It's a,
the Trollkin on the side laughs.
one of the other Trollkin goes, "Yeah, well, we've been getting a lot of them. They've been getting a lot more bold recently."
You don't have to be eating meat.
Why not, though?
It is wasteful not to eat good meat.
Raises an eyebrow at the implication that gobber meat is good meat.
It's not high quality meat, but meat is meat. It is still good.
Well, I do agree meat is meat and meat is good. Nonetheless, there's not much meat on these gobbers.
Quite chewy, I say.
Suddenly, one of them has a British accent.
I'm allowed to talk the way I want to. I'm sorry about if I'm overstepping boundaries.
No, this is perfect. I like it. Thank you. He kind of looks to his buddy. He says, "Well, boss, it's about time for your meeting. We're gonna go ahead and go here." And he points to one of the. He looks at you two, and he points over to two other rather large-looking guys with armed with rifles who are now watching some of the steam jacks come off the steamship and unloading. He says, "Those are your two escorts. Just talk with them. They're in charge of the whole operation."
Who does he point to?
He points to two other men wielding rifles, just humans, standing watching as the jacks come off and start unloading stuff. And then the dwarf and his two big troll gun bodyguards leave. And he's like, "Don't forget, I will pay you for this. Every night you aid us."
Grunts and starts strolling over to the two guys with the guns.
I follow.
I'm telling you, Ricky. Gobber women, man. They're the best lay you'll ever have.
I just look disgusted as I walk.
I swear to God, Billy, if you open your mouth one more time and start talking about your weird fetishes, I'm out. I don't care.
Barden will do this whole, with his fingers, measure, the one that talked about sleeping with a gobber. Then, try measuring how big a gobber will be. Trying to figure this logic out.
The guards finally notice you guys and they're like, "Ah, hey, you must be the assigned help. Good. Rather than just me and Billy here all night."
Yes, we have been assigned to help the lover of gobbers, apparently.
Yeah, apparently they come in on these little wharfs, these little wharf boats, and they try and raid the ships before they manage to get out in or out of the docks. So we're gonna need you to station you guys out over there on the pier and make sure none of them come up. Some of them sneak up through the sewer entrances that lead out to the swamp over on the left side there, and he points over and you can see these three big holes where like sewer comes out of. Apparently, if you follow those pipelines up, you can actually go out into the jungle and they come out into this little waste disposal. And apparently that's how a lot of the gobbers are using it. So if you watch those tunnels, should be okay.
We tried leaving bear traps, but they ended up stealing those.
Yeah, they're really good at tinkering. They disassembled one, and the other ones they just found out how to set off without going.
Poor Jimmy when they snuck one in the bathroom. Didn't even think they'd have the time to do that, but, you know, they're in his ass.
Mr. T is just shaking his head.
So as the as that ends, we go down to the bar area, which is also by the harbor, so you're not that far.
Hmm.
And you enter the tavern. You see the address. And the tavern's name is the Squeaky Ship.
I don't know why I hate that name. Sarge walks on in.
All right, you walk on in.
I'm wearing like not. I'm wearing more like casual looking clothes that blend in.
All right, there's nothing too ordinary out of this tavern. Not too many people there. Kind of quiet. You see the barkeep, and you see a few shadowy figures over at the table in the very back corner, but it's hard to see them from this angle.
Hmm. So do I see the people I was supposed to be talking to?
That's what I just said.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
No worries.
I'm gonna order.
It's a standard tavern, long tables, chandeliers up above.
Going to approach the counter, order some light alcoholic drink, like maybe a Bloody Mary, something mostly
Mhm.
juice, and
That'll be a shield, please.
slaps it down.
All right, thank you, ma'am.
And
Big gruff, kind of pot-bellied Ogren.
hmm. And I'm gonna go and I'm going to go to my contacts.
You go to one of the back tables that's almost like it's been pulled out. It's a nice big round table facing the corner. You see a couple interesting looking characters there. And like I said, I'm sorry I don't have pictures right now. I will get them out. So I will go from I'm not going to just I'm going to describe the 5 characters you see. The first character you notice, due to the fact that he is probably the largest, is a man dressed in full plate armor with only his helmet off. He is an Ogren, orange, somewhat almost reddish Ogren. And he has his helmet off. He currently has 2 very large Caspian battle swords leaning up against the wall. The person sitting next to him is a smaller woman wearing leathers with maybe some plating. And the back against her chair is a rather long, curved-looking greatsword, which if you roll me a lore, I can maybe tell you what it is.
Hey, quick question.
Mm-hmm.
Bob, what are the chances of combat tonight? Because the thing I was using for a hotspot just died out.
Oh, there's not going to be combat. We were late.
Okay,
I'm not
cool.
going to have you guys
Yeah,
do
all
a
right,
huge
cool,
fight.
Okay, good.
cool. So, because my roll 20 just died. I mean,
Yeah,
I
we were already
Alright.
pressed for time, so I'm not
Alright.
going to have the big combat take
Cool.
place. I'll have that take place later or at the next session.
All right. I'm good.
If any combat does happen, it's just going to be like I'll just say you guys either do something or not.
So 22.
Oh, very nice. This is a Nis greatsword.
Ooh.
This is a dark elf or Nis weapon.
And she's a human.
She actually, as she kind of you start to get closer to her and you see her through the candlelight, she looks a bit more Nis or Eosin, maybe an elf.
Okay. You're our third
And then
character.
And then you see a woman. I'm sorry. You see a woman next to her, dressed in leathers, with a drink in front of her. Nothing really out of the ordinary about her, except she has red hair, standard leathers, and has kind of goggles, what look like mechanic goggles, on the top of her head.
Real quick, out of character before we
Mhm.
go continue. I'm just going to point out for lore. When you take lore, you're supposed to select a specific lore.
Yes, I know that. I just had him roll that just for the hell of it, just to see
Okay.
about the weapons.
Oh, this is
Because
just.
yeah, you're not trained in the specific lore to do that, but I just had you roll general knowledge, so it was just kind of like seeing what the weapon would be. Because you guys have been in enough war that I would say you should know this, so I'll just have you use that roll for now. But yeah, typically you take a lore and you train in specific lore, but I'll just have this be a general knowledge roll for
Okay.
that you were able to find what the weapon was. In the end, it's literally DC 11 to find out what the weapon is for a lore check, so I'm not going to have you like struggle with it. So the the woman next to him appears, a woman next to her appears to have mechanic goggles on, has a grog of ale. Then there is a man sitting next to her in kind of a cloak and with a hood kind of pulled over and down, looks like a very shadowy kind of guy. And then, last but not least, the man on the far right is a man that is dressed in what looks like priest robes, but you're not entirely sure. He is a balding man, looks to be mid to late 20s.
Hmm. So I'm going to pull up a chair and sit at the end of this table and look at them all. Good evening.
They all kind of look at each other, and the woman in the center, or the one with the mechanic goggles, kind of pipes up. And she's like, "Good evening."
Okay, out of character. I'm not so out of character. They're. I know they're
Yeah,
already assigned to me.
they say that if they're assigned to you and they know you, they're going to use a code word,
Hmm.
and the code word is hotspot, and you are to reply with ice melting.
Right.
So she pipes up and she says, welcome to the squeaky ship. It's not much of a hotspot here, but it's a good place."
Hmm. Yes, I usually just come here to break the ice, though I usually find that the ice is melting.
She smiles a little bit. Everyone seems to kind of nod. Well then, what should we call you? Boss? Sir? Ma'am?
You can call me Sarge.
Alright, Sarge. I'm sure we'll all get used to each other sooner or later. I know we've never worked together, but we all have our experiences. Why don't we go around and we'll go ahead and introduce ourselves here. And would you also make a channel for NPCs
Yep.
so I don't forget the names because I'm horrible? The big ogren on the left introduces himself and he says, "I am Gorgal Noctur the Red.
Uh,
My skill set involves tactical perception and he points back to the two Caspian greatswords on the wall.
good.
Turns his head. He looks over at the other woman, and she says, "My skills involve a similar touch, except a much more refined. And I also have skills in dealing with animals and, per se, tracking."
That's gonna be helpful.
She looks on over to the woman in the middle. And are you typing these down, by the way?
Not yet. Can someone type down these?
Yeah.
Bullet.
Morgal.
Bullet. You.
Nisa is the Nis. And then
I'll find.
Rose. Yep, and then Rose is the mechanic girl. I'm just writing these down so I don't forget them.
Yep.
She looks up at you and she says, "My name is Rose. I am a arcane and field mechanic, so to speak."
You'll get along very well with a certain dwarf I know.
Yes, I've read I've read a little bit of your profile. They command figured you would need someone who can pilot a jack and use jacks, so I have one myself if you need him. His name is Rowdy.
She does raise an eyebrow to that. Oh, good.
Looks on over. Quiet one. The guy in the hood kind of throws up over his hood. He appears to be a human man. Standard black hair, white male. Maybe about mid-30s, late 30s. He says, "My name is Talvis. If you need something found, if you need someone to be unseen, or if you need someone taken care of, I'm the one to do it. Also, if you need something specializing in death liquids," and he means poisons, "I am also your man."
Well, I'm always looking to spike someone's drink.
Looks on over to the man in the robes. And he says, "My name is Malik. I was once a priest of Morrow and Menoth. Now I provide my magical services to the secrets of Signarian military."
I've found to appreciate people of the cloth.
There are a few others, but they will not be here for another couple weeks. But we are your primary contacts that were added on. We look forward. Hopefully this will pay a lot more coin than working in the military did.
Yes, the trenches only pay so much, mostly in PTSD.
The priest kind of chuckles a bit, and he says, "Well, then let Morrow and Menoth's light heal those who would feel that, and let Menoth's flame burn those who would stand in our way."
Well said.
Rose kind of pipes up, and she's like, "So, what'll be our first assignment, Sarge? What do you want us to do?"
Sarge is gonna pull out a town map. It's like
Look at your phone.
our current understanding is that we're doing mostly investigation work around the catacombs and the grave sites to keep an eye out on possible necro magic stuff. We also have reasons to believe that the magistrate is not to be trusted. I'm going to give that guy a specific name. What's that guy's name again? I'm gonna put him in notes.
Magister Olgas. Olgas.
Magister Oldgas.
Oldgas, yeah. Olgas.
Yes, I'm gonna say so. And of course I'm doing this in whispered tones. Because you don't talk openly about a magistrate.
Mm.
So, We have reasons to suspect Olgas may be involved somehow, and there's a lot of connections to the witch trial that went on here.
Interesting.
Most of the bodies taken show signs that they dug themselves out and that they were at some point or another a part of the jury.
Interesting motives. So you want us to keep an ear to the ground?
Indeed, and do try to get tabs on, subtly of course. We don't want to be one of the others that have disappeared on this. Wait, would that be would they know that people have disappeared on this mission?
No. So when you tell them that, they kind of nod and they say, "Okay, we'll keep an eye out."
There's a foul air to the city, so do watch your back.
Of course, Sarge. All right, boys, ladies, you heard him. Rose kind of stands up, shakes your hand, says, "All right, let us know if you need us for anything else too. We're always here to help."
We'll be in touch soon. I have
Of course.
I can think of a million plans for all of you.
And I take it that shop you set up will be our base of operations?
Ah, yes.
Excellent.
You all know the location, correct?
They all nod.
Perfect. You'll probably run into a dwarf by the name of Silverfall. And I'll say there's a code word to like. I'll say I've come up with a code word
Sure.
for whatever. We'll make it up when we get there.
Okay. So you leave, and you go back down to the harbor to join your companions, and the session will almost be over here, but let me go ahead and get the last little bit here. You proceed on back down to the harbor. And as you're heading down, Roy kind of just almost like merges in to sidestep walk with you, like you know how like when you're walking and someone like just immediately just merges out and starts walking with you side by side. Roy immediately comes back out and he starts walking with you. He's like, "Well, here we go. Suspecting anything tonight, Sarge?"
Always.
Yeah, no kidding. I don't remember. Did the dwarf say that there would be any gunpowder shipments being delivered?
I would advise against lighting boxes on fire, but you should be fine.
Right, no explosions. I'll have to use concussive. Not going to be as damaging, but should still be effective, especially if it's just gobbers.
Indeed.
And you see him remove his magical explodey gloves, and he puts them into his pocket. He says, "Damn, I was hoping to use those. Oh well."
You might
And
get
then
lucky.
he pulls out his pistol, checks it, holsters it. All right, there they are, and they now regroup with you two, and you guys can do any last-minute roleplay. I'll declare what happens, and then we will end the sesh.
Well, gentlemen, I'm assuming the two guards aren't just the two snipers aren't there, right?
Well, they're there, but they're like on their post. They're making sure the jacks are taking all the cargo off the shipment and everything and whatnot.
Well, gentlemen, we have a interesting cast with joining our little merry band.
How did the... And then he looks around. How did the meeting go, fool? You meet any fools in our new band of brothers?
She leans in. Of course there ain't no fucking fools. They're all somewhat competent.
Good, good.
Also, who you calling
Okay,
a
look.
fool?
Those two are up there, they're fucking weirdos. One of them likes fucking gobbers.
Nods to this.
Look, we can burn him as a witch later. I don't advise eating. If something happens, I don't advise eating that one. He's probably diseased.
Oh,
could want to fuck it. Anyways, that's not important. Damn, why'd you have to bring that up? Anyways, yeah, so yeah. I gave them the rundown, and all should be going well. You see see anything around here yet?
Well, they said that the gobbers came from the sewers mostly, and the boat. So I'm getting caught in the sewer manholes. Nothing came out. Apparently there was some trap there, and some guy got his ass licked, bitten by a bear trap. Something. I wasn't paying attention. 'Cause the guy I was talking was the one who was like really into gobbers, so I was only half paying attention to him.
The old bear trap and latrine trick. Good shit.
Right.
Alright, boys, we know what to do. If it's green and not supposed to be here, we crush it.
Alrighty. As the night falls and things are starting to get dark and the lanterns become lit, you guys are standing by the tunnels, and you start to hear little goblin-like voices come from the tunnels, speaking in a language that I don't think anyone here actually speaks Gobber.
Nope.
I'm sorry, I don't understand poor people.
And you hear the echoes. You hear the echoes getting louder and louder and louder. But that is where we will start next session off. Thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. This has been Iron Kingdom's Murder of Crows. See you next time.
Bye.